Balanced leadership essentially is about recognizing, valuing, developing, and using both masculine and feminine qualities as a leader. So it's not about male leadership or female leadership, but about using the inner poles, both inner poles that you have as a human being, as an individual. What we need in leadership is changing, and we will be needing different things in order to be successful in the future and to address challenges that we are facing. We have a lack of connectivity in our companies. We have a lack of trust in our companies. We have a lack of connection with the diversity of the workforce as well as the customer base. And we could use a bit more creativity leading to more innovation, for instance, as well. We could use more long-term perspective, etc. And I can go on. We see an evolution from quite rigid pyramid structures in companies towards more networked, globally networked organizations with a flatter structure. And those type of organizations and companies need different types of leadership. So leadership is evolving, and I'm convinced that we need to develop both those masculine and feminine qualities in our future leaders. Today, there are still a lot of management teams or CEOs or companies that do not see any necessity to change. And it's not something that you can force. You have to start up the discussion internally first. So that would be my first advice. Get the discussion going, challenge the vision, challenge how you view leadership and how you want to evolve within your company. Once you have done that and you have identified the need for change, then you can start working. And then I would say work on two axes. First one is structure. Make sure that your workforce, that your employer base is diverse, that you have both men and women, different age groups, different nationalities if you can. Make sure that you have that diversity internally, because there is diversity outside, so you should have it inside as well. That's working on the structure. It's like the head counts. Who do we have? What different profiles, types of people, individuals, types of styles do we have in-house? The second axe is culture. I believe that if we do not challenge and question the current dominant culture, which is mainly a masculine culture, masculine in the sense that it is driven by masculine values, not necessarily by men alone, but by masculine values, is challenge that culture. And look how that culture can become more balanced, how you can integrate those feminine values next to masculine values. The advice I would give to women who want to move into leadership is to pay attention to their self-development, to be able to stay themselves, lead from authenticity. But in order to do that, you have to be aware of what is going on around you. You have to be able to see and identify, for instance, the culture that is prevailing within your company. You have to be open to assess that. And once you know what the culture is like, you can decide what to do with it. In any case, I would advise women to keep on investing in themselves and in growing and developing as an individual, because we need leaders who are open to new ideas, open to new impulses, and who keep on developing themselves as well. I would give the same advice to men as I would give to women. Invest in yourself, look for who you are as a leader, be authentic. Because it's not because you are a man that you feel comfortable with the masculine dominant culture within your company. You might as well feel uncomfortable with it, but simply try to adjust, to fit in. So I would encourage men as well to look for their balance of their own masculine and feminine energy. And besides that, I would also encourage men to encourage the women around them. I think Jump is a very important initiative. Why? Because every year it puts this topic on the agenda and it gets people discussing, thinking, asking questions.